Good evening, everyone. This is Nebraska men's basketball coach Fred Hoiberg, and I'm sorry I could not be with you tonight. We are in Illinois getting ready for a basketball game against the Illini. This is a cause that is very near and dear to my heart. I am one of millions of people around the world that lives every day with heart disease. I found out about my heart condition, which was a bicuspid aortic valve, when I was in college as a basketball player at Iowa State University. At that time, everything appeared to be normal. I had no regurgitation. The aortic root was at a normal level, and they told me that I probably wouldn't have to worry about this until late in my life. As I got into my NBA playing career after my 10th year in the league, which was my best year, I led the NBA in three-point shooting percentage that season, but I went in for a routine life insurance exam that January, and I was rejected for the policy. They didn't tell me why. Our team doctor told me to continue to play. We knew about my bicuspid valve and that everything appeared to be normal. After the season, that same doctor sent me down to the Mayo Clinic to do a battery of tests just to make sure that everything was okay. What they found out was after a battery of tests, an MRI, a stress echo, a regular echocardiogram, an EKG, when I met with the cardiologist that next morning, he basically said, "You are very lucky you're here. You have a life-threatening condition, and your aorta is on the verge of rupturing." And I was 32 years old. I had 4 young kids at the time, including 2-year-old twins. One of them, Sam, who plays on our basketball team right now. But it was a complete kick to the gut because I had no symptoms, and I felt great. But apparently what was happening is right past where the aorta inserts into the heart at the aortic root, I had developed an aneurysm that measured about 5.5 centimeters. I was told after a second opinion that I needed to get that done, a procedure done, and I needed it soon. So 2 weeks later, I went under the knife and had my first open heart surgery at the Mayo Clinic. Everything appeared to go well until about the 3rd day after surgery. My heart rate went down into the low 20s. The doctors came into my room and put a temporary box on my chest, which was a temporary pacemaker. My heart had lost rhythm overnight. That next morning, they said, "We think your heart rate will go back to normal." A few days later, they kept monitoring. My heart rate never did. So I developed a 100% heart block. So now I have a pacemaker right here, and I am 100% paced. About 10 years later, my pacemaker battery went out. I got my second pacemaker, and then I also had to have a second open heart surgical procedure. My aortic valve had deteriorated, and I had to get that replaced with a mechanical aortic valve. So 2 open heart surgeries. I'm on my second pacemaker. I'm about 1.5 years away from my 3rd pacemaker. Apparently, as a coach, those pacemakers work on overtime. So this is a great cause. I love everything about the American Heart Association. I've been working with them ever since my first surgery. Camp Odeon is a camp for kids with heart disease up in, we have a place on a lake up in northern Minnesota. And there's a camp for kids with heart disease that I'm very involved with as well. And with causes like this, with the American Heart Association and the monies raised and the research that is done, allows a guy like me with an active lifestyle to do what I love to do. And 40 years ago, I would have been plugged into a wall with my pacemaker. But because of the American Heart Association and all the research that is done because of events like this, it allows me to almost go back and play in the NBA, even though I was 100% paced. Now to be on the sidelines coaching in a very stressful position. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everyone that is here tonight. I'm thankful for the American Heart Association and all the money that is being raised. And I hope everyone has a great night. Again, I'm sorry that I couldn't be there, but we've got a road game we need to win in Champaign. So have an awesome night, everyone. Please be generous with your donations. Take care and go Big Red.